think we would agree that the days before us are again times that try men's souls. As Thomas Paine wrote in The American Conscience in 1776, we are again confronted with the need to reassert the ideals on which this nation was born and has been defended. Through the assertion of the ideals, we must strive to learn from the past in order to the betterment of the future for all citizens. This learning must come through both individual and collective civil discourse, and not through the lenses of social media or the bullhorn or the mob. Those who view the past with a perfect lens of hindsight will be disappointed. That is not to say there was not virtue or conscience to be merited as we sought a better future. Slavery, abomination to mankind, existed until President Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. And one may ask why such a proclamation almost 2 years after the Civil War began in April of 1861. The reason for that is President Lincoln felt initially that the North would only fight to reunite the Union, but not free the slaves. He accepted that, yet he did not lose sight of the goal. It was unacceptable to have 600,000 men in blue and gray perish and not strive for a more perfect union as a result. He had the wisdom and the fortitude to hold the nation together and reunited the Union and freed the nation of slavery and gave his own life as a result. What followed was the 13th Amendment, ratified in 1865, abolishing slavery, and the 14th Amendment, ratified in 1868, which addressed equal protection of the law for all citizens. And the 15th Amendment followed, granting all male citizens the right to vote. And yet we were still far from perfect. Women did not receive the right to vote until August 18th of 1920, ratified by the 19th Amendment. The 25th Amendment, the Voting Rights Amendment, strengthened the right to vote by abolishing restrictions that had been put in place by local municipalities in order to restrict voting participation. The 26th Amendment granted the right to vote to those 18 and above. Surely, if we can send a young person off to war, we can allow them to vote. I focus on voting because, to me, this is the identity of our freedom gained and preserved through sacrifice of those who have come before us. It is a freedom we should not take for granted and should be viewed as a foundational right and an obligation of our citizenship to participate. Through voting, and hence our elected officials, and the laws by which we are and must be governed as a nation. And so my hope and my prayer for this July 4th is that we as individuals and a collective body go forth to reflect and pray for our nation. As Abraham Lincoln, in his closing remarks on that November day in Gettysburg in 1863, so eloquently stated, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people and by the people and for the people shall not perish from the earth. That our nation continue to strive forward in the principles of democracy for all who seek its everlasting blessing to our human spirit. So help us God.